All right, so getting the drum off. What I did is I went in the back and loosened up the adjuster screw. So let's see. Let's see. Down is out, up is in. When you're turning that. So, all right. So I'm just keeping all these parts over here. Okay, so taking these off. This you gotta keep on here for the disc brakes. Put that back on, so save that. All right, and then just go and so we'll do the springs. Okay, with the tool. All right, so I'll go here, do this one, of course, and then these just by hand. All right, I'm just gonna keep everything, keep all the parts in order, okay, or just organized, whatever. All right, so just keep everything. This, and then once the springs, I could just take that off, you know, and yeah. All right, so I'm gonna get these bolts here. Okay, and then I'll take off this backing plate. Okay, let's see what those are. Actor 17s. Yeah, so it's 16. All right. So boom, get those off, take the backing plate off. Okay, so I got the bolts out and well, the nuts, the bolts are in there, but okay. It's not too bad because I did this not that long ago, so all right. And you see for the, all right, for the steering, this goes in the bottom. Okay, and then what I'm doing is I'm just laying it on a paint can. I just lay it that, so it's not too far. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm leaving the brake line attached for now, or else it's gonna leak all over the place, so I don't have to do that right now. Okay, so yeah, and then I got the parts just laid out there. Okay, and that. All right. All right, so this is the instructions This is all they send. Okay, like that. Got a little grease on them. But yeah, it just shows you basically just how to put the bracket on. Okay, caliper bracket. Yeah. And so it's from Speedway Motors. Okay. And 49 to 54 Chevy car and 53 to 62 Corvette. Okay, the front disc conversion. Okay. So yeah, that's the paperwork. The lower part. Okay. The brace. Okay, for the steering. And then this goes like this. Okay. So now is the bolts. Okay, sit with it. All right. And so the bolt is 16, and then the nut is 11/16. Okay. So throw in a washer. Nut, of course. Let's get this one started. All right. And then the other long one. Right there. Washer, nut, boom. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna tighten this. Let's see. Yeah, and then the thing is all right. So for this one, well, let me get these tightened first, and then so yeah, got these. They're snug, but yeah, not totally tight. So this bolt right here, okay. Now, what I found out, because I did the other side, is you got to put some washers, okay, like this. All right. You got to bring out the bolt a little bit, because when you put the caliper on, it hits the bolt without the washers. Okay, just by a little bit, but enough where these bolts don't line up. It just won't swing in. So yeah, so on the caliper here, okay, it's right at this little tip. You can grind this off, I guess, but you know, I mean, you're right here anyway. Now you know. So, but if you got it all on there, the bolt, and you don't feel like undoing it, you can just grind it. But I didn't want to do that. So on the other one, I had the rotor on, and I was able to, even with the rotor on there and secure, I was able to get the bolt out, put the washers, and then put it back in there. So yeah, but see that gives just enough. So that's basically the that would have been nice on instructions, you know. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead, just tighten these up, and then yeah, I'll show you just kind of the bearings. Just the bearings. Let me show you parts here too. Okay. All right. This is the caliper. Okay, and then the bleeder screw has to go up. Okay, the bleeder screws up. All right, and then this is the seal. Seal goes back on the rotor. All right, and this is how they pack it, okay? It's got the shoes and it's got a little rubber stopper. Okay, that's how they do that. And let's see, yeah, so they put each thing in bags here. All right, let's see, got stuff laying around. Okay, that's for the hose. This goes to the caliper. All right, Here's more parts. Okay, the cap, washer. This goes on the inside. I'll show you that, of course. All right. So yeah. Yeah, this comes like that. Okay. I might as well open that. Find some. See when I got a piece of wood here. Plywood, thin. All right, boom, in the bag, of course. And then the 2 brake lines come in the bag. Okay, and then the bearings. Okay. All right, and then the calipers. Yeah, it came in that, and they were wrapped nice. Everything is wrapped nice. And then in a box, so of course, boxes in a box. Yeah. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, tighten those up. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and pack the bearings and then go from there, so. All right. All right, so yeah, so the bracket. All right, so this is how the bolts should look right here. Okay, so the caliper fits in there. All right, so I got the hose there. I'm gonna put the new caliper on, or yeah, the caliper. It's not like it had one, but anyway, I'm gonna put that on, and then I'll go ahead and switch the hose, so I'm not losing too much fluid. But all right, so this is the plate from the other one, the original backing, the plate from the drum brakes, this little deal, and then this is the new. This is like the race, the bearing race, greased up. So I cleaned, and spindle here, just kind of re-greased it. All right, so the bearings. Okay, you can watch a video on how to pack the bearings. Okay, and then I use marine grease. All right, so yeah, that's that one. And then I clean the rotor really good. Okay, and then I'm gonna clean it again once it's installed, once it's on there. Okay, and then that seal, that comes with a seal. Okay, just tap that in with a hammer and a lot of grease. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there. And then, yeah, and go from there, so. All right, and then another thing, see, now this little deal, this little ring, it seems like it goes right here, all right, because if you don't have this ring on here, the nut, where the nut is, yeah, so now the nut is in too far, right, and then where the cotter pin goes in, okay, where the cotter pin goes in, the nut, it misses it, okay, it's out, okay, it's out like that, it's not where the bolt is, where the hole, okay, so that's what I'm guessing this little ring is for, which brings the nut out, okay, so that's what I'm doing there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up, okay, snug it, and then spin it, all right, and then loosen it, spin it again, and then just snug this up a little bit, okay, not torque too much. And then I'll go ahead and put the cotter pin on there. And then, yeah, and then I'll show you when that's done. The caliper's on there, and yeah, the caliper's pretty easy. Okay, so install, and then same with the hose, so, all right. All right. Yeah, so this is that little ring in there. Okay. And then you see how the cotter pin just has enough there. Okay, with this nut moved out. Like I said, I just tighten it and I spin it and then I turn it a little bit and then I just snug it just a little bit. You don't need to torque it down. Okay, and then I'll put the cap on, a new cap, of course. All right. Now, let's see. Okay. Then I got the brake line. Okay. And back here, new brake line. All right, on this part, I used a flat part. You'll notice, okay, this side's raised a little bit, and then I used a flat part. Okay, to go against the caliper. So that's just snugged up. That's a 10 millimeter. Okay. And the calipers, these are some Torx. Okay, and those are only 14 foot-pounds. So yeah, you don't need torque on those either. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me see if I can find the Torx. Yeah, here it is. Okay. All right, so it's a 3/8. All right, or like an Allen, not really a Torx, but it's like an Allen wrench, Allen type of deal. Okay, that's 3/8. All right, for that. All right, so yeah, this side was easier once I figured out what to do. And yeah, so now I'll just go ahead and fill it up with some brake fluid and bleed the, all around. I did say that right? So yeah, back, front, and then yeah, so bleed that, and then yeah, these brakes will be nice. So all right, so hey, thanks for watching and subscribing. All right, bye now.